I'm sorry.
What topic you were? I mean, what position you were? Excuse me, dear. If you were spiritual or non-spiritual.
Oh, it interests you to know where I stand?
Yes.
That seems to be a common thing on Google. Everybody want to know what in the world, where this lady come from, and what she talking about. Well, I actually, what I was planning to do if I didn't have any participants is to kind of outline. Where the spiritual and the non-spiritual start and end, so to speak.
Sure.
Kind of to differentiate between the two. And not just to differentiate between the two, but to also shed some light on the fact that they have parallel, that they are parallel to one another. So basically, for everything that's spiritual, there is a non-spiritual equivalent.
You think?
Uh,
All right. Okay.
and so I'm not.
Okay. How long have you been spiritual, dear?
How long have I been spiritual?
Yeah.
It depends on what you mean by spiritual.
Like ever since you can remember, you think in spiritual terms, or just lately, you've been turned on by spiritual things.
Well, I was raised
Right.
in a spiritual atmosphere, but all human beings are spiritual. The word,
Okay.
the word,
Sure. Meaning that. Okay. Explain to me what spiritual is to you. What it means.
okay. From my studying, spiritual means basically
Like I think about God and I can send him a
intangible.
message to God.
Intangible. Intangible. That's
Intangible stuff, right? Like I pray and things happen. Right? I prayed for something to happen and it happens. Is that spiritual? Prayer?
it is until it materializes, which the spiritual term for that is manifesting
Sure.
from the spiritual realm into the natural, tangible, you can feel, taste, see, touch, so forth. But until it manifests, then it's pretty much considered spiritual, yes.
Okay, so like all the way from like good things to bad things, if I like pray or do spells, somehow it manifests in the spiritual realm, right?
What you
Like,
mean manifest? Manifestation comes in the natural realm.
right, okay, but I mean, like, explain to me, dear. I mean, how am I going to make the spiritual world work? How?
What do you mean make it work? There's nothing that makes it work. It just is. Just like you don't have to make the earth turn around. It does it. It just
Okay, show me something spiritual real quick.
show you
Yeah,
something spiritual.
sure.
What do you mean show you something
I
spiritual?
want to see something spiritual so I can understand what we're talking about.
Um, well, spiritual means intangible, so how could you see it?
So how do you know if it's intangible, if it exists?
How do you know that it exists if it's intangible? Um,
How do you detect it? How do you detect the spiritual?
well, we're spirit beings, so we have the ability to detect things that are spiritual because we're spiritual beings.
Very good, Candy. How do you know that we're spiritual beings? How can you prove that?
Well, I don't. I'm sure you don't quite know me yet. Maybe have heard a little about me, but I don't get into trying to prove nothing to nobody.
Why
I,
not?
I think it's very important that because first of all, please understand that I'm not of any type of religion at
Fine.
at all. Okay. Um, I think it's very important that your your spiritual understanding is that important that it should never, ever, ever, I don't care how much you trust a person or you respect them, it should never, ever, ever be determined by someone else.
How do
Or,
you know that?
huh?
How do you know that's true?
What?
What you just told me. How can we ascertain what is spiritual and what is not?
Maybe you didn't understand what I just said. I said anything that you want, believe, or choose to know or want to know about the spirit realm, that's something you will have to do on your own.
Why?
It's not wise to leave that up to someone else.
Why is that so?
Because it's extremely important
How did you arrive at that conclusion? It
that
just
that
came to you or you read it somewhere?
no, I talk to God every day myself.
Okay, you talked to God. Excellent, right? And he told you what you just told me.
That our spiritual life is important, yes.
And that, I can't determine your spiritual life. I can only determine my own, right?
Yes.
Okay, God told you that, right?
Right.
How can we prove that's actually what happened then?
I just told you I don't get into proving nothing to nobody. I don't.
Okay, what's wrong with proving stuff, Candy?
It's nothing wrong with other people if they want to do that. I don't indulge in it.
Why not? It's fun.
It may be fun to you, but just like
It
some
has a lot of validity to prove what is actual in our reality
maybe to you,
to
but
everybody.
well, you can't include everybody because some
I
people,
cannot include
a lot of
everybody in the
people,
reality that we share.
a lot of people like video games. I personally think it's very childish for an adult to spend the majority of their day playing video games, which is not reality.
Okay, so proving what is real is kind of analogous to a video game in your mind. I mean,
Yeah, well,
how important is what is real in your reality? How important is that to establish what is
just
real?
like people think that video games are important. Okay. I don't think
Okay,
that video games are important, but
what if I told you, Candy, that proving what is real in reality is much more important than video games, your video game analogy? It's essential to maturity and understanding how things work and how to interact with other people, ascertaining what is real in reality.
okay. Do you really want me to answer that, or you want to keep asking me questions?
I don't know. Either way,
I
really, I don't know. It's your hangout. It's your hangout.
figured that.
Okay, listen to this. Spiritual. Okay, with the title of this hangout for our listeners is what? Spiritual versus non-spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have arrived at the conclusion that there's two realms, the spiritual and the non-spiritual, right? And you said in my case, it's only me who can prove, my own self, what is spiritual and what is not spiritual, right? Only I understand my own spirituality. That's what you just told me about, in a minute or two ago. Remember that? Only I can determine what is my own spirituality, not you, right?
No, that's not what I said. You kind of
Okay.
twisted it a little bit.
Okay. How can we determine what is spiritual together? That's what I'm getting at.
How can we determine what's spiritual together?
Me and you together, you say, Bunto, this is spiritual. And then I can somehow test it and say, yes, you're right, Candy, that is spiritual. See what I mean? How can we share the spiritual experience within our own shared reality?
We can definitely share spiritual things, but we will both have to be on the same level. I'll give you an example. Okay, if you and I are in New Jersey and
Okay.
we both wanted to take a trip to Florida,
Okay.
all right. Now there are numerous ways that we can take a trip to Florida. Okay, that we are both aware of.
All
Okay.
right.
We both are aware of trains. We
Yeah.
okay. We both are aware of vehicles.
Right.
We both are aware of you could walk. It'd be a long walk.
Right. It'd be a long walk.
It is a long walk, but we could walk.
Right.
Uh, shit.
But there's many ways to get there.
Yes. Okay. And we can both take those paths together. All right.
Right.
We
I
both
agree.
are aware of all of those non-spiritual paths.
Right.
Yeah.
We can prove that they exist. I
All
agree.
right. Yeah. Now we on the same page, all right?
Right.
Now we on the same page. All right. Now the ride finna get a little rocky for you. Okay. Now. So we both on the same page about those non-spiritual paths that we can use to get to Florida. All right. But now, if I say Bonto, I say I want to go to Florida and I want you to go with me, baby.
Right.
And you say, all right, let's rock and roll, Candy.
Let's go.
And I say, well, I want to travel there in the spirit. All right.
Okay.
I want to, what's that term they use in Star Wars, like teleporting?
Yeah, teleport.
All right. I want to teleport there. All right. Now you might, now that's when we have to break apart. All right. Because
right.
you might not believe in teleporting. All right.
True.
Okay. So if you don't believe in teleporting, but I've already done it before.
Okay.
Wait a minute now. I ain't trying to lose you. I'm just trying to get you to understand why we both can't take the same spiritual road together. All right. Sometimes.
Right.
All right. So if I've already teleported before and you don't believe that teleporting is
possible,
then that's why we can't take spiritual paths together.
All right.
Okay, so
what if I'm very interested in teleporting to Florida?
Now,
if
you are interested and you believe that it's possible.
Oh, okay. I got to believe it first.
Well, you can't very well. See, that's why I done lost you.
Right. Okay. Let me tell you about this. Let's say we're walking down the road, right? Walking down the street. Okay. And I tell you, hey, Candy, watch out for that wall there. There's a God wall in front of you. And you're like, Bunto, I don't see nothing in front of us. And I said, watch out. There's a God wall in front of you. You're going to smash into it. And you say, Bunto, I don't see nothing there, right? And you keep walking through the wall. And I said, how'd you do that? You walk right through the God wall. It didn't smack you. And you turned and said, Bunto, there ain't no God wall there. There's nothing. See, it's not like I have to tell you, Candy, you got to believe there's a God wall there because you're going to hit it. It's just that Bunto, there's no evidence of that thing even existed.
That's not the same thing. You just that's not that you playing games. Now, let me tell you something, Bunto.
Go ahead. You're mad at me.
I say, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Okay. Over here, we're going to talk real talk.
I was talking real.
Listen to me.
Okay.
I'm not going to play no motherfucking games with you, all right? You understand me?
Oh, okay.
I'm
sorry that you got mad.
No, I ain't mad. This is the way Candy is, and you have to learn me, baby.
You're like this?
This the way I am. I'm straight up, and I'm not going to play no games with you.
You think I'm playing games?
You heard what I said, right?
Right.
Okay, and I meant that.
Okay.
You want to talk for real?
I'm talking for real.
You hear me out, all right?
Sure.
Bunto, or we gonna have a straight up misunderstanding, baby. Okay, it's a reason why nobody else is in here talking bullshit. Okay, it's a reason for that. You can go to Nadia. Listen to me now. If you want to talk bullshit, There's plenty of hangouts that you can go to. You can go to Nadia's hangout. They got plenty of bullshit going on up in there.
Okay.
You can go to JD hangouts. They
Right.
got plenty of bullshit going on up in there. You can go to Dragnauts hangouts. They got plenty of bullshit going on.
He's a new guy.
It's plenty of hangouts that you can go to if you want to play games. This ain't one of them.
Okay, so you want to cast me out, right?
No, I'm letting you know what the rules are here.
Well, okay, how did I break the rule?
If I wanted to cash you out, it's nothing but a click of a button. I could have done that.
That's true.
I'm trying to explain to you what the rules are here.
Right.
See that big banner across that screen when I'm talking? You see that, what it say?
Real talk.
Okay.
But you get angry, honey. It's like,
no,
I'm
it's not anger.
myself.
It's not anger. I have a very authoritative tone. So
Okay.
you're mistaking that for anger. I'm not angry with you at all. I love you to pieces. All right. But what I want you to understand is, baby, is that if I don't know how old you are, but when you was a kid,
Right,
and you done something right, there was a tone of that your parents had in their voice when they spoke to you.
right,
When you was fucking up, they had a different kind of tone.
right.
Right? That didn't mean they hated you, right?
They just got angry.
Not necessarily anger. Sometimes they might have been frustrated with your behavior or something like that. But the tone changed. Their love for you didn't change. They just had to change how they interact with you.
Okay.
You know, okay, this behavior or whatever like that was unacceptable. All right.
Right.
And that's just life. That's just life, huh? It
Okay.
don't mean I'm angry. It don't mean I hate you or that I'm mad at you or I want to kick you out or nothing like that. I just have to let you know what is acceptable and what is not. All right.
Okay. Okay, let me be totally honest with you because, you know, I do respect you, honey.
Mhm.
I'm not spiritual at all.
Okay.
I'm like the hardest core atheist you'll ever meet in the great debate community.
Mm.
So what do you think of that? I mean, there's Satanists and there's witches and there's zombies and vampires. And then there's me who doesn't believe in any of it.
I don't think nothing of it, baby. Like I said, when it comes down to your spirituality or lack thereof of understanding of spiritual things, that is a personal choice.
Yep. That's what you told me.
And I don't judge people based on their own choice. Because just like in life, anything you say, do, you know, the police always say, you
Yeah, anything you say is gonna be held against you, man.
no, anything, that's not what they said. What they say is anything you say or do can be used.
Right.
It can be. It didn't say that it was gonna be. See? That's
Okay, let me ask you something now and be honest with me. Are you kind of like wary of cops? Because like I was driving to the car wash today and their cop was like following me and I was like, man. So I pulled right over to the 7-Eleven, you know. Do you feel that way nowadays with cops? Is this like, I don't know, like something might happen bad?
No, I love cops.
Really? You don't have any trouble with cops now? I mean, you in your mind that if a cop is like just following you, you don't think something bad's going to happen?
No, because I ain't doing nothing bad for anything bad to happen. I obey the law.
Right.
My signals. I don't speed. If I am speeding, it's 10 chances one, either the speed limit dropped and I didn't notice
it,
or perhaps you know, because my truck drives so smooth, sometimes you can be, you know, driving real
yeah, not paying attention.
So usually if ever I'm breaking the law, I don't do it intentionally.
Right.
Anytime that a police is behind me or something like that, I don't assume that something bad is going to happen. I assumed that he just happened to be on the same road as I am. And when he pulled on the road, I happened to be in front of him.
That's good. I don't know. I just got that feeling today, man. Because I was like, oh, great. All I need to do is be pulled over.
And I've even had police to pull me over, and they had no intentions of doing anything bad. They might have said, well, ma'am, I don't know if you knew, but your strap, because I have a truck, and sometimes I have stuff that I'm strapping down.
Right.
And I have been in situations where I had forgot to, I had unstrapped something off the back of my truck, but I forgot to throw my strap back onto the truck, and it was hanging outside.
It was dangling.
Yeah, and so the police say, pull me over and say, ma'am, I don't know if you knew it or not. He said, but you, your strap is hanging off your truck, and I know them straps expensive. I know you don't want to lose it, like you hit a bump or something and it come on off of there. And I say, thank you, officer. No, and they know something. See, people just have gotten a bad.
Well, didn't you see the video of the pool party lately this week? Every week they got a video of cops going nuts.
Yeah, that's because people like negative stuff. They ain't gonna show none of the good stuff that, like, I had bought a real big screen TV, and I had it, and I was in a hotel room waiting on my place to be prepared,
All right.
for me to move up in it. And the police said, stop, and he said, ma'am, he said, I don't know if you know or not, but this is not a kind of area where you it would be wise for you to leave that TV on the back of your truck like that. And I said, well, I thought they had video cameras here. He said they do, but people still do steal, still around here. And I was in a pretty well-to-do area. So usually when you're in a really nice, well-off area, you can kind of leave stuff out and people won't steal it. But this particular place that I was, the poor people, they'll come to that area to steal stuff.
Yeah.
So he said, I wouldn't advise you leave that on there. I said, well, I don't have a way of getting it off. It's so big. He said, I help you. And, yeah, and he didn't have to do that. So he helped me. He packed it inside the hotel, up the stairs and everything, because they didn't have an elevator.
Right.
So he packed it up the stairs and helped me bring it on into my room and stuff like that. So and I've been through several circumstances where the police helped me.
So cops do nice things. It's just like,
absolutely, but see, that don't make it on cam. I happen to not have my video camera at the time when he did that for me, and maybe he might not even want it to be video. Many times when people catch police doing bad stuff, they don't want to be videoed then either, but people just do it. And they'll never catch the police doing something nice. They always try to catch the police doing something bad.
Right.
But the police do good stuff. I'm a witness. I've had police do bad stuff to me, wrong, and everything like that. But I've had more good that has been done by the police than bad.
So I know, okay, so like every week we have stuff about how the police are going off the tracks. What do you think, that's a fad or what? Things are going to change?
Just like negative stuff.
Or do you think the police need to change?
No, I think that just the people just like negative stuff and they magnify it. You know what a magnifier do?
Right.
It makes stuff big that's little.
Okay, you saw that video of the pool party?
No, I don't watch negative stuff.
You don't watch TV? Okay.
No, I don't watch negative stuff. I don't want that in my spirit.
Yeah.
See, I got good shit up in me because that's what I puts up in me. It's just like they say, you are what you eat.
Right.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with your sight. whatever you feasting your eyes on,
Okay, you don't like to hear bad news.
um, I don't enjoy hearing bad news. I don't mind it either. If I mean bad shit happens, okay, and
Right.
that is a reality. But I'm also aware that we have to have balance in our world. We can't just have. I don't live in fantasy land where I think everything ought to be good and
Right.
save the world and everybody can be so nice and beautiful and love each other.
Right.
I'm no, baby.
No Mary Poppins, man.
Oh, Candy is not in fantasy land. Okay, that's why I have that saying that I have post on my post. Keep it real or take your ass back to fantasy land somewhere. That's not realistic. You cannot have a world with just all good and peace on earth, goodwill toward men bullshit. That don't work like that. Okay. The reality is we have to have, I say have to, that means it's a necessity to have both good and evil. The
Yeah.
reason why evil is necessary to keep balance.
Balance.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's very necessary to keep balance. Okay. If you have only good, you know how a scale works, right?
Right.
Okay, so if you have only good, what's going to happen on that scale?
You won't be able to tell what's good anymore because it's just all good.
Well, it just won't be balanced.
Right. No balance.
It won't be
Medium.
balanced. So that is the reason that evil or bad or whatever you want to call it,
Bad things happen because there needs to be balance.
that needs to be balanced. All right. And so no, I'm not in La La Land, but as for me and my house,
Right.
I call not my house I live in, but
Sure.
my
Oh.
being, my
Right.
being. Okay. As for me and my house, what part I get to choose what part of the scale I weigh out on. All right.
Right.
I get to choose that. Okay. Other people are already choosing bad. I'm not
Right.
with them. That's their choice. That's their choice. All right. This
It's
is
a choice. That's what my mother used to say all the time. It's a choice.
yes, and she's right. Remember I was telling you about it's not good to let other people decide for you your spiritual choices.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the reason. Because when it's all said and done, okay, you won't be able to either. Nobody will be able to take credit for your good choices, and you won't be able to blame nobody
Everybody
else
else. Huh?
for your bad choices. Okay. Either way it go, it's all on you. Okay.
Right.
You know, if you made some good choices, you could be proud of that and say, all right, I made good choices. And if you made some bad ones, guess what? You can't blame that on nobody. That was your choice. Okay.
Right.
Even if you choose to listen to somebody else. Okay. I used to be a Christian, right?
Oh, okay.
And because I was raised that way.
Yeah.
Now, many of my family members disown me because I turned against
Right.
that belief. All right. But they can be mad all in the hell they want to because guess what? It's my choice.
That's right.
I don't get to choose for me what I believe in and what I don't. Okay. They tried their best to program me. All right.
Right.
But inevitably, I am responsible. Once I started learning the Bible, they taught me to know God for myself. That was a good thing. Okay. But they
Okay.
got mad when I actually did it.
No kidding, man.
They got mad because then they wasn't in control no more. They really wanted to control what it was.
So, okay, so they shunned you, huh?
Yeah, I shunned them.
Oh, you shunned them.
I shunned them because when I learned the truth for myself, what I did was I went back to them and say, hey, y'all taught me a bunch of bullshit. And I'm
Yeah.
off about this and y'all to try to control me
Right.
with this and him bullshit, right? Because you know they always tell you, especially in the Christian belief, read this and him book, all right, and you know the Bible and stuff. And I got to reading that Bible and found out most of that stuff y'all taught me not even much in the Bible.
Right.
So this is why, this is how I found out the truth for myself. And this is why I encourage people, don't even take my word for it. Now, I know what I'm talking about, but
Right.
don't even take my word for it. Go learn. You got to learn for yourself.
Truly.
Don't go by society and what they say, because society, just like Christianity, people don't know that a non-Christian translated the Bible. King James was not a Christian.
Right.
He was a I'm not saying anything against homosexuals.
Right.
He was a homosexual. Okay. He
Okay.
was also a king
I
that,
didn't know that.
huh?
I didn't know he's a homo. I
Uh,
didn't know.
yeah, he was. He was a homosexual, and on top of that, he had put out a decree to have all Christian believers beheaded.
Damn.
So, and then he translates the Bible. That don't even make sense unless you want to maintain control.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He said, okay, these Christians, they got this Bible. This is what they going by. So what I'm gonna do is he twisted some of the stuff in the Bible. He twisted some of it. And even when you go in and trying to study in the words, it'll say this word was translated into this because it wasn't no word there.
Right.
Okay, how you gonna translate something and it wasn't nothing there? Okay, that don't make no sense. Translation mean it was something there to be translated. You
Right.
that you just made up something if it wasn't there.
Yeah. They call it
That's
interpolation.
not
Okay.
translation. That was a makeup, a make believe.
Yeah, he just made it up.
Yeah, he made up a lot of stuff, and then some things he translated when he translated it over. The correlating understandings was not the same as what he said it meant. That's just like I speak a little I understand a little Spanish,
Yeah,
right?
me too. A little bit.
Okay. And if I was talking to you, if somebody Spanish was talking to you and you
And
ain't
you added words to it.
and you didn't understand what they were saying.
Right.
So I knew that you didn't understand what they were saying. So when I translated, I said something totally different than what that
right.
person was really saying. Now the person that's speaking in Spanish, they don't know that I'm translating it wrong. Okay?
Right.
Because they don't understand English.
Right.
It's the same thing that happened with the Bible. Okay. A lot of the people were unlearned. Okay. They wasn't just black people, but they were people that were as far as written languages, they couldn't read. Okay. So what they did was they would have, this is where you get scholars and literaries and stuff like that. Those were people that were put on a pedestal because they could read. All right. And they looked up to them. So they had to trust whatever they were saying, that reading was saying. They had to, the people who can't read, what they're going to have to do, just trust that you're telling them the right thing.
Yeah, that's all the thing they could do.
Exactly. So that's what King James took advantage of people not knowing. That's what happened.
How long you been having the Real Talk show?
I've been having this for about, I say a month, maybe less.
So how many shows? 2 or 3?
Huh?
I mean, how many shows have you had?
I do it every day.
Okay, so man, a buttload of shows, huh? Like about 10 or something? Or even more?
Yeah, maybe 10. Well, it ain't even been a month, I don't think. But yeah, we're gonna be having them every day.
All right, just curious. And you said, okay, you went to Nadia's. What did you think?
I've been knowing Nadia for over a year.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
I love Nadia, okay, because
Right.
I love people, all right. But I know that Nadia like attention too.
Yeah.
This is why she want to. Um, I really believe this is why she want to change it to a woman, because
Right.
you see that women seem to get a lot of attention. All
Yeah,
right,
I believe that too, man.
and women do get a lot of attention. Okay, but I don't think that's a good reason to wanna be a
Just
woman.
sex to
Yeah,
sex over, huh?
to change.
Okay. If you think if the way you're born is the way you should be, you
That's
think?
what I believe, but that's her choice. That's
Yeah.
what I believe. Okay, that whatever you was born as, that's what you should be. But you got to consider there are some people, and they may consider it as a curse, and they may consider it as a blessing. But there are some people that are born with both genders, with the
Yeah.
penis and a vagina.
Vagina. Yeah.
So for those people, if they are torn between which one they should be, that's more understandable than somebody that was born specifically one gender
It wants to move over.
and want to change what they not. You know, because I don't think that kind of surgery is reversible.
Okay. I've known Nadia since 2013, you know?
Hmm.
And you remember how you got mad at me earlier? She finally got so mad at me, she just threw me out forever of her life.
Oh, because you probably was hackling her.
No, I was just being myself. It's I wear everybody's ass out, Candy. It's like I'm just myself, and then after a while they just say, "Oh God, dump this guy."
Do you like getting that kind of negative attention?
It's not like I like it. It just always happens, man. I wear people's out. They get tired of my ass
I think you like that.
because I say things all the time. I just say things and they just blow up.
I think you like that.
You know? Okay, she threw me out, and like she did it in front of everybody and yelled at me. And she was eating cereal at the same time. You know, like she's always eating and doing everything on camera. And the milk was like running down her cheek. The milk was like right. So that's the last thing I remember her was like she was eating total cereal and the milk was like running down her chin while she said, "Get out." Threw me out. And she hasn't talked to me since, man. Her honey.
You must have really been harassing her because Nadia don't get mad too often. Not that
Yeah, you're right. I
Nadia
just have
don't
gotten
get,
to her.
not one thing I know about Nadia. Nadia don't get
But
upset.
she's got mad to me before, Candy. Except she just never did it in front of everybody like this.
Yeah, but she don't. I know Nadia don't. She'll get mad, but Nadia will take a lot of shit. Uh,
Yeah?
so if you made her that mad, you really went up in there and you done something you ain't had no business. See, I don't even
I
have
was
to
just being myself, Candy. I was just
know
being myself.
you was being a jerk.
You see that?
You wasn't being yourself. You was being a jerk.
All right. So you're sure of that, right?
I'm positive.
Okay. You just
I'll
told
put the
me.
money on that, and I don't gamble.
No, you just told me that a person born their sex should stay their sex, right?
Yeah, but that don't mean you gotta go up in her room and act ugly.
Oh, I didn't act ugly, honey.
Yeah, you did.
No, I don't. I did what I did to you. I just showed you what your argument consisted of. I
No,
just
you
said,
ain't showing
yeah,
me.
I do that all the time, man. I just say what you're talking about and people get mad. It happens
No,
over and
you
over and over again.
trying to. You were trying to. You know what happened?
Now, let me tell you something. So you need to
Do you know?
understand, kiddo.
No, answer my question. Do you know what hackling is?
I know what heckling and more so than hackling, but that's not what it is. What you need to understand, dear,
Okay,
is that there's
I
other
might
points of
pronounce it
view.
wrong, but you know what I mean. Do you know what heckling is?
Yeah, I know what heckling is, but you must understand there's
But
nothing
that's what you
malicious.
were doing, heckling.
No, please let me finish.
It's a difference between trying to assert a point or whatever like that than heckling.
No,
It's a difference.
no.
It's a big difference.
One has to understand that there's other points of view, and when one arrives at a conclusion that is unsubstantiated, they might be questioned upon it, right? What
If
is the spiritual? Show me the spiritual.
that doesn't make it unsubstantiated because you don't believe in it.
Okay, not me. How about science? Where is it?
No, you or your scientists that you think is on your team, they have you seen on these commercials on TV where the scientists have said, your scientists, okay, that you believe in so much, they'll say, oh, this is good for you. You need this. This is the best pill ever made. We tested and proven this is the best thing for you. And then months later down the line, if you were prescribed such and such and such and such, call 1-800 we fucked up. So don't tell me nothing about no substantiated a motherfucking thing, because scientists only substantiate things that can make them money. Their motives are impure. Okay?
What if I told you that is completely wrong?
You can't tell me that. Excuse me. You can't tell me that's wrong, because I already have proof. See, this is why you can go to somebody else that don't know their shit.
Sure.
You can tell them all the bullshit you think you finna line up and tell me.
I wouldn't necessarily call it bullshit.
I would.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion, but you have no proof. You arrive at conclusions without any evidence. That's
no, I have evidence. You just
okay.
You just
say that
bullshit. Let me tell you something. What the old people used to say. All right.
Go ahead, dear. If it's worth anything.
You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time, baby.
Okay.
All right. So my point in saying that is this. Okay. is that okay? The scientists, right? They get on TV. Now you would have to lie to yourself to say this ain't true. You don't see the scientists get on TV and tell you this is the best medication ever. This is gonna help you with this, or they'll say this is good and that's good or whatever, and it's best for your health. And then later they'll put out a quiet report that, oops, we fucked up. This is killing people. This is causing. Okay. This is causing cancer. This is causing health problems, or this is killing people. All right. So you trying to tell me that that never happens?
No, I'm not telling you that that doesn't happen, but I'm trying to, I'll show you what is the utility of painting a whole method with such a wide paintbrush. Okay. Bigotry against science, right? Let's talk about that. Okay.
I'm not against science. That's where you fucked up at. I'm not against science. All I'm saying is you put all of your faith in something that's infallible.
You put all of my faith in something that's infallible.
You're putting all. That, you know, old folks used to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, hon. That way, if you drop that by, say you got a basket on each arm, all right? If you happen to drop one basket, you still got some eggs left.
Okay.
But you put all your eggs in one basket. So
right.
If that
basket is called reality.
If that basket drop, you fucked. Okay.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying, hon. I'm not against science.
You're not against science.
I'm not against science. I love science. I was a straight A student in science. That's why you can't bullshit me. All right. I'm very aware of scientific elements. You know why I'm very aware of scientific elements?
No, please tell me.
Intrigue me, because remember at the beginning of this video, I told you that everything spiritual has a natural or non-spiritual equivalent.
Interesting.
Okay, so if I were to say, oh, I'm spiritual, and then ignore the non-spiritual or the science, then I would be negating the very thing that solidifies the spiritual. Okay. Yes. Okay. Because everything, like I said, everything in the spiritual has a natural equivalent. All right. Let me explain something to you. All right. Let me give you an example. Okay.
Okay.
In the Bible, all right, God styles, okay, when he tried to explain to us spiritual things, all right, what he did was he used natural things to help us to understand spiritual things, okay?
I didn't know that.
Yes, he does. And he called us and styled us as trees, all right? And so in order for me to understand what I am spiritually, he used a tree to explain to me, okay, you know, and you can see how a tree works. How you plant a tree and that tree comes up, okay, and
Okay.
it grows. You also understand and know that if you plant a seed in the wrong type of soil, that tree won't grow and it won't come up. Okay. So the same with a spirit being, which is people are spirit beings. The word human means spirit being, all right? So the same with a spirit being. If you that's what I was telling you, if you put negative stuff up in you all the time, this is why I don't watch a lot of negative stuff on the news and stuff like that. But because if you steadily planting, okay, bad things, what's gonna come up? Bad things. All right. And
Okay. So there's good think and there's bad think, right? A proper way of thinking and a bad way of thinking.
no, um,
That's what I thought you meant.
no, because thinking is good. Thinking is good.
Okay.
All right. What's not good is when people don't think.
All right.
Um, usually people hurt people the most when they didn't think. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
think before I said that. Or I didn't think before I drove and wound up hitting somebody. I didn't think first. You know what I'm saying? I just pulled out in the traffic and I didn't think to look both ways so I to make sure no pedestrians or cars is coming. I didn't think. Okay.
Right.
So usually when you don't think, that's when you fuck up. Okay. So thinking is good. Okay. Now your results from your thought process, that's where you get into whether was that the right way to think or was that the wrong way to think. Okay, the results. I'm all about results. That's why I tell you I am not against science. I'm not a big tree against science. That don't fit me, hon.
Okay.
Because I believe in results. This is what made me get away from the Christian belief. If
Right.
I've seen too many people, now my grandma, she was what I call a real Christian, all right?
Okay.
She believed in results, all right?
Right.
And whenever she would pray, things happen, all right?
Okay.
But she
Makes sense.
also put action to her prayer. Um, Even in the Bible, it says faith without works is dead. Okay.
Okay.
Meaning people think faith is being up in la la land. Okay.
All right.
It's not. Faith is seeing something that don't nobody else see. Okay.
Okay.
It's there, but it needs to manifest or materialize. That's where you get into that non-spiritual, the evidence. All right, it needs to materialize. If you believe that this is good, can be, or that you're gonna bring life to this particular thing or situation, then you got to put the action with it. All right. Let me explain something to you, baby.
Okay.
I own a record label, all right.
All right.
And mm, before I decided to start my record label, I had got offers from larger record labels. Okay,
Right.
they said, well, many times the men that try to manipulate the women and say,
Right.
you sleep with me and I'll give you a deal.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was one of them type of women that say, go fuck yourself. I don't need your motherfucking deal. I can rock the house and I'll make money rocking the house.
Right.
All right. I didn't want to sleep my way up to the top. Okay.
You had value in yourself. You don't come cheap.
Yeah, I have value in myself. Okay. Because I have before come from nothing to something. Okay.
Right.
This ain't my first time. So I let my manager go and everything. All right. And I say, he wanted to be my man instead of my manager. And he was messing up deals for me because he would get jealous when the men was attracted to me and stuff like that.
Okay.
I told him, we don't mix business like that. It's business. Okay.
Right.
So I left him. But that left me stuck out, so to speak. I have nowhere to go. Here I am. I'm from Texas. I'm stuck in New Jersey with nowhere to go. I'm homeless. All right.
Yeah. So what'd you do?
Huh?
What did you do?
What I did. Okay. I believed in Candy. That my gift and my ability could get me where I needed to go. Okay.
Right.
So I went to a homeless shelter and everything like that. All right.
Right.
But while I was in that homeless shelter, I made up in my mind that when I do leave this place, that I'm not gonna need no deal from no record label because I'm gonna make my own way.
Right.
So while I was in that homeless shelter, I searched and I got all my paperwork for my record label. I got my corporate papers. I formed the corporation. I got people on my team that say, we with you, Candy. We believe in you.
Right.
And we'll stand by you. Okay. So I started my corporation, got my paperwork, and even the people at the Score Business Association, they told me, you can't do this here.
Oh.
I cussed them out and left their ass where they was non-believing. Nothing. I said, watch me. Okay.
Right.
So see, this is how belief line up.
Okay.
When you have faith, I had faith that no matter whether these was millionaires or whatever that's telling me I can't do this. Okay.
Right.
These were people that supposedly are experts that telling me I can't do this and I can't do that. Okay. Now
Right.
your ass is wrong with my faith because my faith lined up with my actions. While everybody else in the shelter was bullshitting around,
Right.
they money, that they would come across and stuff like that. They would be sitting outside smoking cigarettes and just shooting the shit, talking about sex and nothing, bullshit.
Right.
I was over there,
Hustling.
yes, I was on my shit. I was studying. I would go to the library every day before I got me a computer. Because I came up from nothing. I ain't had no clothes. I didn't have nothing. Okay.
Right.
I came up a little by little. I bought me nice clothes. Shit, I wore the same wig. I bought a wig. Look, I bought a wig for $20. I wore that for like a month or 2-3 months, maybe. But I'm just saying how people will see your success, but they don't know where you come from. So I got to let people know where I come from.
Okay, let me ask you something, honey. Can I just sit in there? Okay, it's like you can take care of yourself, right? And then like, what about these people that just can't take care of themselves, man? Like Nadia.
She can take care of herself.
You think so?
Don't let her fool you.
Okay, tell me about that.
Okay. Let me finish telling you about how I came up with this record label.
All right.
Okay. I saved up my money. I knew that I had to have a Mac laptop to record my music because I got mad because I was going to the school of rock and stuff recording and they wouldn't cooperate. All right.
Okay.
So I said, what can I do to so I won't need nobody to record
Yeah.
my music? Okay. And I can still get things done with or without people cooperation. I can still get it done. So I found out, okay, you're gonna need a Mac laptop. You're gonna need all this recording programs and stuff like that.
All
So
right.
I found out how much it costs. Okay, Macs are very expensive in Saudi.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't say, oh, that's too much money. I don't have that kind of money. You know what I did?
What?
I scrimped. I did without. Like I said, I bought a wig. I wore it for 3 months or so. And just bought it and I perk it up or whatever, make myself look good, best I
Right.
could. But I wasn't worried about my appearance. I had a goal in mind. Okay.
Right.
I had a purpose in mind. Okay. I can look like I don't have nothing today. Okay. So
Okay.
I can save my money and get my tools I need to have some money tomorrow. Okay.
Right.
So I saved up my money and saved up my money until I got the money that I could afford to get me and I ain't getting no little bitty Mac laptop. I got me a big one.
Oh.
And then after I got the Mac laptop, I realized that I need professional microphone and all that other kind of stuff. I did
Right.
little by little. I took that big old mountain and I broke it down in little pieces that I could deal with, little rocks.
Truly.
I broke
I'm
that,
very proud of you.
and this is how they build railroads and street paths. They took little bitty rocks, all right, from a mountain and took out little pieces of rock until they could tunnel a hole through a mountain.
Right.
You can't break no mountain down in one wash.
Chop.
Right. So what you do? You tear that mountain down one little pebble at a time if you have to. And that's what I've done. Okay. But what my point is that my faith, which was my belief that I could do this here, added up with my action. You can't be just up in fantasy land and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna have me a record label one day and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be successful, and just hope and wish God just magically. He don't work like that.
All right.
Okay. But what he did do was when he saw me going to that library every day and making sacrifices, what he did do for me was he put people in my path as I traveled or in doing what I was doing. He put people in my path to help me get where I needed to go. I met the mayor. I met the mayor of Morristown. And Morristown is one of the wealthiest cities in the United States. Okay, people think Hollywood is, but it's not. And I met the mayor of the city. Then maybe not even 2 weeks later, I met Mark Sanchez of the New York Jets at the time.
Right.
The quarterback. And took pictures with him and stuff like that, and wound up in the newspaper. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, this was right after people told me I can't do this here. All right. But I was determined, and it's something about when you really believe in what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, and you put some action towards it. Seems like the whole universe is gather together and get on your side. All right.
Right.
And so that's how you make faith materialize. Okay. It's not about being in fantasy land and believing in stuff that don't exist. All right. It's got to materialize. Okay. And that's where the science comes in. Okay.
Okay.
And it's very important to in order to understand spiritual things, it's very important to understand science as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, you was asking me about Nadia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You think that she can take care of herself? She has other people take care of her. They like buy her a place to stay and feed her. And like you just take care of yourself, you know? You never let yourself down.
Um,
You were in a homeless shelter.
yeah. You got people that pretend they be pretending, huh?
They're pretending that they're messed up.
Yeah. And people they deceive people in the they
Help.
know they know that people um mm, they feel guilty about certain things in life, and
Yeah.
in order to relieve that guilt off their mind, they'll help somebody to relieve that guilt they feeling about whatever it is they feeling no guilty about. And so they'll help people to relieve that guilt. And so basically what Nadia is doing, she's praying on
On
the,
them people that need relief.
yeah, she using their own
Consciousness.
conscience against them. Okay. So it's really not Nadia's fault that she taking advantage of that. All right.
That's interesting.
It's really not. Okay. She's seen an opening, opportunity to she say, okay, people gonna mistreat me because I'm gay. I'm gonna get their ass back.
I love it.
And she say, I'm gonna get their ass, it's her way of getting people back for mistreating her. Okay.
Right.
And she don't mean no harm. She just like, okay, since society want to treat me like shit, people don't want to give me a job because I'm kind of, I want to be a woman or whatever like that. Okay,
Right.
you motherfuckers gonna take care of me then. I'm gonna play like I'm
What's it called? Like invalid.
yeah, I'm gonna play like I'm so sickly and so down and make you feel bad about how y'all treated me and stuff.
Right.
And now you motherfucker, I'm gonna pimp. She pimping these people. God,
Right. Pimping,
that's
man.
going out. She's straight pimping. Okay, cause they going out and they work every day, right? And that's how
Right.
do. She go out and she sell her body. Okay.
Right.
So these people they going out every day and they go and they work. And so when they go out and work, now they sit back with her Mountain Dew and her cigarette.
Right.
That and say, not even say, bitch, bring me my money.
Right. I love it.
Money is a pimp. Money is a straight up pimp. I ain't mad at her.
Yeah, she's a player.
I ain't
Man, I love you, Candy. I
get
think you're the
they, I'll
best.
say, get the asses. Look them. Because that's what the hell they get.
No kidding. Well, hon, I gotta go. I gotta go take care of mom. But I love talking to you. I'd see if I can come to another show.
All right. All right.
And good luck to your show, man. I think it's awesome.
All right. Thank you, baby.
Take care, huh? Have a good day.
All right. Shit. Yeah. And so anyway, what the time is? Okay, it's 12:40 now. All right. Okay, and so we did had a pretty good segment here, all real talk. Okay, and we gotta keep it real over here. Okay, ain't no sense in us pretending that uh, everything is all good. Okay, in life, okay, because it's not. Okay, now you got people that believe in spirituality, okay, and there are some people out there that are sort of worshipers of the law of attraction. Okay, and they've kind of made sort of a religion out of the principle of the law of attraction. Okay, and we'll get into that. Maybe I'll have a session about that tomorrow, about the laws of attraction. Okay. The laws of attraction, in short, I'll explain to you, is a principle, a spiritual principle that whatever you desire, you can attract to you. Okay. And how you can attract those things to you is by it's called transmutation, but I want to give you all a simple way to break that down, or get an understanding of what transmutation is. Anything that mutate, it kind of evolve or change into. Okay, so basically with the law of attraction, what you do is you change your thought into a physical or manifested in a non-spiritual form. Okay, and I'm going to give that a little more thought so I can, because I understand and I know what transmutation is, but I want to be able to explain it to someone who has no clue what that is. See, I don't like to just use big words and try to talk over people's head. Real talk is when you talking to somebody and you really want them to understand what it is you talking about. People that want to try to pretend to be real intellectual will try to use big words to try to talk over people's head and make themselves seem important, stuff like that. But that's what I call worthless talk. When you talking and don't want nobody to really understand what you're saying, what the fuck you talking for? Is my question. But people that believe in and kind of worship the principle of the laws of attraction, they kind of lose out and miss out on the element that's necessary in life, which is balance. Okay, because they want good things to happen to them. So what they do is only focus on good things. Only focus on good things. Okay. So what happens is whenever something bad happens, it looks magnified because and it looks bigger than what it really is, simply because you have focused so much on just good, that you have lost touch with reality. Okay, and because reality consists of both good and bad. Okay, and so when something bad happens, and you've gotten all this good, and don't have no focus on anything bad, and give attention to, I should say, anything that's negative. What happens is when something kind of gets in your face and say, you're gonna have to face me, all right, and it's something bad or negative or whatever like that, it looks magnified, or it looks bigger. to you because you've had so much good and had an imbalance of both good and evil. Okay, so I'm not speaking against the use of the law of attraction, but I will say that when you have a good, healthy, wholesome balance in life, it just makes for a more pleasurable journey. All right. Spirituality is and non-spiritual things have uh, equivalences. All right, they have parallel existences. All right. A lot of times with religion, people want to escape the non-spiritual and delve into the spiritual realm because they think it's an escape. Okay, they want to get away. And they don't want to face their problems. They cowards, so to speak. They want to run away from solving problems or dealing with obstacles in life. They want to run. Okay, so they think that the only option in their mind to solve a problem is to get the hell away from it. You understand? And they'll create these fantasy type beliefs in their mind, so that it creates a, uh, mm, um, plan of escape from real shit. Okay, and this is why you'll see a lot of adults indulging in video games and stuff like that because they want to uh, escape. That's their way of escaping. Some people indulge in drugs and so forth, but that's their choice or their way of escape. Okay, you'll see some people they overindulge in food. Okay, because that's their little paradise when they eating and munching on something. That's their way of escape. Okay. Mm. And it seems to be element of human nature that is driven to a mentality that's kind of cowardice. I always use that word cowardice because mm, that explains to me, it explains a lot of behavior that people indulge in as cowardice. Even people that want to control other people because they cowards, all right? They're afraid that if somebody else gets enough gumption about themselves to make up their own decision, that they're going to decide that they're full of shit. So the cowards want to control the way people think because they're afraid that, oh, if that person really do mm, start making up their own mind and stuff like that and start seeing things for what they really are, that they're gonna figure out that they are full of shit. Okay, and once the people that they controlling figure out that they full of shit, mm, mm. It's gonna be some smoke in the city. Now they say down south. Shit. There's gonna be some smoke in the city. That mean that the people, the person, whoever they've been controlling, is gonna rebel, and it's gonna be a war. On okay. This is what our society condones. All right. It condones, or it promotes uh, people being controlled by other people, other cowards, that want to control other people. Okay, all the cowards want to kill off the free thinkers. Okay, people that can think for themselves. Okay, and encourage other people to think for themselves. Because if our society ever get to the point where people start thinking, then all the people that been making money off of people not thinking, they're gonna be broke. Okay, they're gonna be some broke ass motherfuckers, because that's how they maintaining their money, by maintaining the control over people. Okay, so we're having this real talk to encourage people to make some legendary moves. Okay, those are legendary movement is when you don't let other people think for you. Okay, when you're having the ability to think for yourself, you don't follow in the crowd and stuff like that. I would have never been able to start my record label and experience the success in it that I have up to this point, if I was following the crowd. Because all the other artists, with their cowardice asses, were running after the record labels, screwing this person and that person, trying to get a record deal. Okay. And they laughed at me. They talked about me. Now you see, all the celebrities wanna copy off of me. Now, well, all white all the time. Okay, and now you see them having the all white parties. Now you see them. What's her name? Lady Gaga. Now she wanna wear white hair and stuff like that. When I was wearing all blonde hair, bleach blonde, and here come Beyonce bitch ass want to copy off of me. Okay, these are the same people that told me that I can't do this and I can't do that, but then they go back behind my back and copy off of me. See, this is why I tell people, do your thing, whatever your dream is, whatever your goals is in life, or if you different, fuck everybody else. Be different. Don't have to be like everybody else. I don't wear the same kind of clothes everybody else wear. I don't wear the same kind of style everybody else wear. And if other people don't like it, fuck them. And that's the type of attitude I had. And you know what? I'll tell you this, and it's not arrogant. It's not arrogant. It's confidence. It's different. I was confident in myself. I didn't put nobody else down for not being like me, but I wasn't gonna let them put me down for not being like them. Okay, because they being like somebody else. Okay, and I'm a fire starter. Okay, meaning I believe in starting things, okay, making history. I believe in doing something so extraordinary in your lifetime that you can't be forgotten. All right, that's what candy about. Okay, and one thing I know for sure is that I done made some moves. If I die today or tomorrow, I done already made some moves in life that I would never ever be forgotten. Okay, and what I've started and what I've already begun in the music industry, there's some down in history and shit. And I'm very proud of that. And those that don't believe in spiritual realm, you cannot believe in it, baby. And I don't got no problem with that. All right. But what you can't do is, okay, you can't deny the evidence. All right. Because I got evidence. All right. That God is real, because he the one that taught me the things that I know. He's the one that gave me the wisdom to I started my record label while I was in the homeless shelter. Nobody in they so-called right mind would think to start a record label or any kind of business for that matter while they homeless. Okay, most people main focus is when they homeless is to get a home. Okay, you get a job, you get the things that normal people, what they consider themselves to be normal. Okay, would do. They would do just like everybody else that was in the shelter with me. They just going about their zombie life style, doing what everybody else do. Okay. Meanwhile, I was making some legendary movement. All right. I was if they you see me, I was dressed to the nines, and I look like somebody. People that would come to the shelter. It was so funny. They thought I was a staff. They didn't think I was what do you call it, resident or constituent of the shelter. They thought I was a staff. Shit. Because I dressed it well, and always dressed it real nice and everything. And I have my white on, so you know me from anybody else. You can spot me a mile away and everything like that. And shuck it. So I didn't fit in with the crowd, okay? And I tell you one thing, I'm making some moves while everybody else is sitting outside and bullshitting around and trying to figure out how they can do drugs and get away with it and stuff like that. I will carry around my briefcase and I'll be on my laptop or whatever like that once I got it. And I'll always be working. I'll be working my ass off. I would help other people. This one lady, she came in there and the company had cheated her and was supposed to have got her copyrights for a book she wrote and stuff like that. And they didn't. They had took the book and published it and everything. They didn't get that lady no copyright. So I helped the lady get her copyrights and stuff like that, and she was so proud of that. And I helped her get her stuff going. But she didn't even give me my props for that. I was real ugly what she done. So I told her about it one day. So she gave me a little spare change. She gave me a little spare change, kind of in appreciation for what I had done for her. But I had to. It's sad that I had to bring it up to her attention. You know, when people do good things for you, they shouldn't have to tell you, remind you that they done something good for you. Old folks used to say, it's just good, it's just nice to be nice. It don't cost you nothing to be appreciative. It don't cost you a dime and everything like that. So I kind of got off topic, but I do that sometimes. Right. But I see people out there watching. Okay, y'all can come on in if you need the link to come in. Bring your ass on in here. Stop being scary. Bring your ass on in. If you wanna talk. Come on in here. Don't be scared. And I see this drag knock. He done sent me invitation, okay, to come to his drag knock. Don't send me not now another invitation, baby. I'm gonna tell you that right now. When I get up out this broadcast, I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send your ass a message, because you keep on sending me these invites to come to bullshit that don't involve me. And I don't know what'll make you think that I would leave my broadcast to come to yours and you ain't doing shit. Okay, nothing productive. See, this is the thing. See, this is how people, when they don't got nothing going on good in their life, they'll try to distract you from your purpose. You got to stand your ground. All right. You got to stand your ground. Don't let people that full of shit come and distract you from your purpose in life. Okay. This is what this drag knot fella, he don't understand the difference between spiritual and non-spiritual. Okay. All that debating and shit that he doing is non-spiritual. All right. You don't have no kind of what do you call that? No kind of productive purpose. All right. I'm not online. To all you Googlers, so y'all know, I am not online to debate with you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you that right off the grip. Okay. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm here when I do speak about anything spiritual things or topics or whatever like that, things going on in our society, people that have differences, opinions and stuff like that. I'm only doing that to make myself available as a sounding board or whatever like that for people to express themselves. I'm not here to debate with y'all about no stupid ass religion. I don't like religion. I ain't into religion. I can't stand religion. I would people would stop it with these fucking religions. All right. Everybody is a spirit being. Okay. Now that's something we can't get away from. But religion is when you got the doctrine made up by some idiot, and then you following the idiot. All right. No. Drag not, if you too stupid to come over into you ain't coming over into my live broadcast, and then you think I'm gonna come up into your trap, your fucking trap you made, you and JD, you got me fucked up. Okay, because I'm not the one for that. Take your bitch ass on with that. Don't get your ass debunked. Okay, debunk your ass for real. Block the fuck out your ass. Don't sleep. This gonna be my last time telling you that I'm not about no foolishness. Okay, if you wanna talk real talk, then I'm down. Okay. But when you want to try to play games, mind games, stuff like that, and waste my motherfucking time while you over there playing them fake ass video games, non-reality ass bullshit, don't think you gonna get me involved in that kind of stuff, because I'm not the one. Okay, you send your stupid invites to somebody else. Don't send me no more invites, because I'm not coming. Just like you don't want to come and talk no real shit, I don't want to come and talk no fake fantasy land ass video game ass bullshit. Okay, so we even. You stay over in your lane, your fake fantasy land ass lane, and let me stay over in my real reality lane, okay? And everything be copacetic and we maintain balance, okay? And that's why we having this session about spirituality versus non-spiritual, okay? I am a spiritually oriented person, and I am purpose driven. All right, I have a purpose for what I'm doing. You are a non-spiritual being, and you are doing shit purposelessly. You don't have no kind of nothing but foolishness behind your motives, having your damn hangout. I don't have time for that shit. Your scary ass don't want to come over up into my live broadcast on account of you don't want to face reality. Well, stay your punk coward ass over there and don't send me no damn invites to that bullshit because I'm not coming. All right. That's the bottom line to that. You don't want to hear no real shit. I don't want to hear no bullshit. We even. Okay. Now I kind of went off on a whim, but I had to do that because if people keep playing games, want to try to play games with me, and I had to let them know I love you, baby, but can they not the one for that? Okay. It's time out. I don't believe that Jesus coming back stuff, okay? But I will say this, that whatever time limit you have here on this earth, it's precious time. It's very precious time. All right. And if you don't value your time, you can't expect for nobody else to value your time. All right. If you don't value your life, you can't expect for nobody else to value your life. Okay. Or you'd be wrong to expect for somebody else to value your life. Okay. Because you got to love you. Ain't nowhere in this world that you can go without you. Okay. You may love your parents, but you can still go somewhere without them. They can still go somewhere without you. Okay. But there is nowhere in this world or in the realm beyond, if you believe, okay, whether you believe or not, still, you have, I'm sure you have sense enough to know that whatever happens to you happens to only you, and that whatever you experience, you're gonna have to experience that alone. Okay, that can be on. There's nowhere that you can go without you. Understand that. No matter what you believe in or your lack of belief, I'm sure you have sense enough to know that there ain't no way you can go without you. Okay. So I just admonish people to keep that as a keep that thought or that understanding as a governing factor for you to make decisions in life. With you make decisions in life based on the understanding that whatever decisions you make, whatever you do in life, one, they're gonna always be consequences, whether they be good consequences or bad ones. People always talk about bad consequences, and they don't speak much on the good consequences. They don't even use the word consequences when they speaking of good things. They'll say the benefits or whatever like that. But it's the same thing, consequence. So it's the actions that follow your decision, consequences. All right. So whatever decisions you make in life, whether they are spiritual or non-spiritual, okay, please understand that they are all every decision you make or don't make affects you. Okay. Now, there are some things that or decisions that you can make that affect other people. Okay. If you want to do something to harm or make a decision to harm someone else, yes, those actions do that you make and do affect somebody else. But please believe that although that particular action may affect somebody else, please don't forget that it's gonna affect you in the long run. And just like you may steal from somebody, so you affected their household. Now they're less that item or whatever that you stole. Okay, but if you get caught, you going to jail by yourself. Okay, you going to jail, not the person you stole from. You going your ass to jail. All right, and it's the same thing. Or even if you never get caught, guess what? Somebody gonna steal from you, because you gonna get back exactly what you just thought. It's people that don't believe in the spirit realm. All right, that's fine. But just because you don't believe in it, do you really think that it don't exist just because you didn't believe in it? You're a fool. If you really think that it's because you don't believe in something that it don't exist. All right. This is a good example. Okay, I'm back. What the hell going on here? Okay. All right. This crazy ass thing. Sometimes okay, there you go. All right, I'm back, y'all. And this crazy thing, sometimes it pop out and I lose connection. I had to reconnect. But no, what was I saying? People think that because they don't believe in stuff that it don't exist just because they don't believe in it. All right. Which that's pretty ludicrous when you really think about it, because there are a lot of things that people didn't believe in that other people believed in so strongly that they materialize those things. All right. That just like I was saying about people with the scientists that said, "Hey, there's something out there outside of this earth realm that exists." It was people that didn't believe them and laughed at them and said they was crazy and so forth. Well, guess what? They didn't listen to y'all. They wasn't cowards. They went out there and they found other planets, okay? And they found a plenty of them too. There were more than one, okay? They might have initially just figured maybe it was one other planet, all right? And went out there and found out a whole bunch of them, okay? And gave them names and stuff, all right? My point is this. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I believe in spirituality, okay, and I believe in more than what I can see, okay. But I'm a coward, and I always call people cowards. I'm very cowardice when it seems say I'm on air. I hope I am. But I'm kind of like a coward when it comes to flying out in space and all that kind of shit like that. I ain't going. Candy, please believe. I ain't going. If the aliens need me to rock the house for them, they'll have to come and abduct my ass, because I ain't going willingly. I don't believe in getting up off of land. All right, as far as me, anybody else they can float their ass around anywhere they want to go. All right, but I ain't going. I don't like planes, trains, none of that. Okay. So that is Candy. I know y'all laughing at me. That said, but I am not playing. I'm dead serious. I don't fool with ocean. When I go to the beach, I just I get it when I get in the water. I only have it right up to my right past my ankle. Because I want to be able to see what the hell going on. So if anything coming up on me, I can see and I can run. Okay, cause I'm scary. All right. You see that right now. If you want, I'm a tough gal. But if you want, if you want to scare the hell out of me, you don't use no snake. I ain't scared of snakes or nothing like that. All right. But I am scared of rats. And if you want to scare the hell out of me, uh, 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 take me out on a boat or somewhere like that. So I don't like no being surrounded by water and stuff like that. Cause um, I'm not no fish. All right, and I don't want to be up in the air, off in airplanes and stuff like that. Cause I'm not a bird. I'm a human, so I don't want to do that stuff like that. All right, y'all can go up there and all the scientists and everything like that. They can go up there in the space. They come back and tell us what you find. Cause I ain't going. Shit, that's real talk. Shit. Oh, keep it real. So I ain't gonna tell them scientists that this shit don't exist when I'm too scary to take my ass up there and see for myself. Okay, I have to take their word for it. It really don't matter to me, no, whether it's real or not, because I ain't going up there. Okay, if y'all say it's got some shit up there, I just take y'all word for it. Okay. My main focus is on how I treat people right here. My main focus is on what am I doing with the things I do know about, the knowledge I do have, the people I can see and touch and feel, whatever like that. A lot of people get so caught up in spirituality and things you can't see, feel, touch, or hear, stuff like that. Okay. And yes, God is real. I know that without a doubt. But even He told me, say, people say they love me, and they ain't never seen me. Don't love each other, the people that they see every day. Okay. You got people out there that don't even love their family members. All right. I know this firsthand because I got family members that don't give a damn about me. Okay. They don't give a damn about me. And I know this, and I don't give a damn that they don't give a damn about me. I'm just saying. Because the way I see it is that everybody is my family member. Whites, blacks, Mexicans, Puerto Rican, everybody, we all is family, okay? And whoever God allowed to be in my life, that's my family, okay? That's where I look at it. Because you got people that were giving up for adoption and stuff like that. And God bless them, they got a adopted family that loved them, care for them, nurture them, and stuff like that. And although their birth parents or whatever like that gave them up and abandoned them, the family is the people that provide that community of love, or provided for them those basic human needs, whatever they needed. Okay, that's family. Like real talk. Okay, that's family. You don't define family by what your DNA say, what's in your bloodstream. All right. Because if the scientists were to tell the real truth, we all family. Because we all got something in our DNA that connect us. And see, that's the thing that the scientists, I have seen reports of it, so they do tell it, but how should I say, that's the thing that don't really get out. Okay, they don't want a lot of people to know about it. Okay, that we are all connected. See, they want us to stay separated. Okay, in our mind and think one person is better than the other. All right, they don't want people to know that we all connected. But see, God tells me things. All right, and then I go and I look it up. And then when I go and I look it up, I say, "Ooh, God, you was so right. Look at here, these scientists figure this out, but they ain't telling nobody this is him." See, all these people that always looking up stuff and call themselves doing research, they don't research that. They'll find out that we family, because they ain't going out doing no research and look for nothing good. See, this is the problem that I have with many people that claim to do research. They claim to research um, things and got and came up with some type of conclusion, whatever they came up with. But their research was biased, meaning they only was looking for evidence to support what they believe. They wasn't really looking for truth. They was looking for evidence to only support what they think. Okay. Because if they was really looking for unbiased information, then they would have come across the same stuff that I found when I was looking for unbiased information. Okay, I wasn't trying to go out and look just for when I was in search of the truth. I didn't just go out and try to look for information, only look for information that supported what I believed in. Because first of all, I cleared my mind of all the stuff I have been taught. And this is what God told me. He said, you're going to have to let go of everything you was taught. He said, this experience and this journey you finna go on with me. He said, it's just like when you go to the grocery store. And when you go to that grocery store, you have a certain amount of money, right? Okay. And you go spend on your groceries. He said. So, if you wasn't calculating what you wanted to buy when you was going through that store and picking up stuff and just throwing it in a basket, he said, when you get to that counter, you ain't going to have enough money to buy whatever you to put up in that basket. And he say, well, I tell you what, there's some things that I'm buying, and some things I ain't buying, okay? And everything else that I ain't bought, you got to put it back, okay? Otherwise, it's stealing. You got to put it back. And so he said, that's how the religion that you was born into and raised into is. They put a whole lot of stuff in the basket that wasn't paid for, okay? And made up a lot of stuff. So he said, you're going to have to clear your mind and start all over. And what he done was, everything that I was taught, and I say, he took it look one thing at a time. He say, did Jesus on the cross? Some of that stuff ain't right. You gotta put that stuff back. Okay, that's not. Okay, that's not. Don't have nothing to do with me. Okay, so I say, you say that Jesus died for your sins stuff. So I didn't say that. You have to put that back. All this kind of stuff that we was taught that wasn't right, okay? We doctrinated. You wonder why this stuff didn't make no sense. Well, there's a reason it didn't make no sense. There was something down up in you that made you realize that there's something ain't right about this him. Even the atheists, all right, The reason that they fight so hard against spirituality is because they're trying to convince themselves that it don't exist. Mm, something in them, they know that spirituality is real, but they warring within their mind against themselves. Mm. You ain't never seen nobody just beat up on themselves like this and just start going and punching themselves uh, mm, like that, okay? But if you did ever see somebody that's beating up on themselves like this here, you would think that motherfucker is crazy, okay? I know I would. I say, that person needs to be in the mental hospital. If you beating up on yourself and causing yourself harm, you need to be with down there with them folks with them white jackets. Okay. That can't help itself. No, they elevator is going, it's floating up or something like that, but it will never come down to the first floor. That way you need to be. If you want to sit up there and you want to beat up on yourself, that's where in the hell you need to be. And that's what, to me, that's what atheism is like. If people that's sitting up there beating up on themselves, they know that something is spiritual exists, but they trying to beat it out of themselves to not believe that this is real. It can't be real, and they just still beating up on themselves. They're not too bright. They people are that the atheists. They're not too bright. We hoping that they're wisen up and everything, get their medication, so they can stop harming themselves like that. And believe get a level enough head to think, think. Okay. All these beliefs, religious beliefs, including atheism, have been formed for one reason and one reason alone. They have been formed to stop people from thinking independent of what somebody else say. So if you not a thinker, you will cater to any of these type of beliefs. Atheism, Christianity, all these other type of religion. All right. Because he ain't thinking. Okay. And this real talk session is to invoke people towards thinking. Okay. Real talk. We're going to keep it real over here. So either you can keep it real or take your ass back to fantasy land.